Hello, gritty grown-ups and tired parents everywhere. This is Robbie Bond of Parenity, coming at you from the posh interior of a 2007 Kia Sportage. Partly for fun and partly just because I don't have access to my office at the moment. This is a video series, I guess you could call it, where I sort of detail what's been going on in the week in trying to get the Parenity brand off the ground. Originally, I was very, very tempted to read this blog post word for word to you guys, but I don't think that's going to make for a very compelling video. So what I'm going to do is just touch on each one, and if you want to read the full text, feel absolutely free to do so. It would be lovely if I wasn't just writing this stuff for myself. Just go to parenity.com and click on the Parenity brand startup category. You'll find it there. I'm sure you will. So the first thing that was kind of eating some of my time this week was TikTok. It's a bit of a strange bird. I'd like to be spending very little time on TikTok. I've been, really trying to add efficiencies to my workflow in creating videos. And TikTok, I've just been struggling with. I had a great amount of views initially, which was really exciting. And then all of a sudden I dropped off a cliff and I'm now getting like 0 views, 2 views. So something is up there. I've been looking at a lot of different YouTube videos and just checking out what the gurus have to say about it. And none of it seems relevant to my situation. So I think ultimately I'm going to be shutting down the TikTok account and starting fresh. I think something got flagged on the account somewhere or something. And we'll be seeing if we can get a fresh start there and get those views back up. Because I don't feel like the work I've been putting into these videos, it's not, it's not Steven Spielberg kind of stuff, but it all takes time, and I don't want all this work to be just, floating off into the ether and nobody ever seeing it. A lot of the gurus will say, here's what you need to be doing. And they're all very sure of it, but everyone's situation is different. And I really don't think anyone has a clue. Sometimes TikTok is just a weird beast and doesn't know what it's doing, and you just got to start fresh. My next little note here is that content creation for small business can be confusing in general. It's not just TikTok. It's just figuring out, how do you organize your channels? How do you go about your content creation? For example, for Parenity, I want to do a combination of kind of fun videos that aren't business focused, but then I also want to do videos like this where we talk about the business and kind of document what's going on and make kind of a personal connection with people for the business side of things. And so it's all tough to kind of figure out. I think for the time being, I'm going to stick with the status quo. I don't think I have the resources available to me currently to be managing extra channels. I think I'm spread pretty thin as it is, so I'm going to stick with the channels I have. We'll see how it goes. Next thing is Alibaba and product sourcing. I'm considering working with a sourcing agency because although our flagship product called Adulting Done Bright is going to be manufactured right here in Canada, I have some impulse purchase items and kind of free shipping threshold items that are only really going to make sense to have made in China and imported in, unfortunately. But it's tough to figure out how to get these things made. It's easy enough to go on Alibaba and get a quote. But even in the quoting process, I just get this distinct feeling that I'm not going to receive exactly what I'm asking for, or my request is going to be somehow misinterpreted, and it's all just a bit too fuzzy for me. It might end up totally fine, but I feel a lot safer going with an agency that's kind of been through all this stuff and knows what to do and knows how to handle all the complex shipping requirements and arrangements. So I'm looking at that right now. I have found one that I've been speaking with, and so far it's going great, but I'll keep you guys posted on that. NPN wait times. Right now, I was just reminded, and I knew this, but I wasn't really thinking about it. In order to sell a natural health product in Canada, you need an NPN number. which was always the plan, to get an NPN number. And we've now registered. We've now submitted our formula to get our NPN number, but it's going to be a wait. It's going to be probably around 4 months before we can get that number, and which means it's about that long before we can start, complete our package design and all that sort of stuff. So, silver lining, it gives me time to, get the website and everything all dialed in, and kind of get some more juices flowing on the social accounts and the short form video and all that kind of stuff. Gain a bit more of a following there. And yes, it is hot in this car. I'm actually going to open the door for just a sec here, because I didn't think I'd start sweating, but I'm actually doing that right now. So NPN is proving a bit of a challenge. We could actually go ahead and sell this into the United States. Like, we will be selling into the States. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to produce a whole run without an NPN number. I can just see it adding complexity at our warehouse, and because we couldn't sell one of those unnumbered products into Canada, and I'm sure that would happen at some point. What would be the repercussions? I don't know, but I don't like to leave things to chance. So that's where that is. Social Snowball. This is a platform, affiliate management platform, that is kind of exciting. I'd heard of it before. I just Kurt Elster over at the Unofficial Shopify podcast just did an interview with one of their people. Apologies, I forget the guy's name, but they made it sound really enticing. It's seems like kind of a more modern day approach to working with affiliates, and they've also rolled in the whole referral side of things. So which makes sense to me. It's stuff that should totally go hand in hand. You're getting, you're getting customers to spread the word for you, and they get a little bit of a kickback in return. And then you also have affiliates all over the place, like on TikTok. So essentially, anyone who's creating content for you or helping you spread the word, increasing word of mouth, managing all of those different people it's all in one place, all in one platform, and you manage payments to them. It also, there's a lot of stuff they do to squash kind of, if you're giving out discount codes to various people, it squashes the ability for them to be leaked by creating the codes dynamically. It stops these discount codes from being leaked to coupon code sites and stuff like that, which can be a big hit, especially to a company my size. And it just seems like a really well put together platform that could probably bring us a lot of sales. So as soon as that episode was over, I was a little bit, my ears were perked about them before, but now I really want to get going with them. So I contacted them right away and to just see if I could get a bit of an extended free trial, so we don't have any months where we're where the app is kind of not paying for itself yet while we're still figuring things out. And they were very kind to work with me on that. So as soon as the site is up, we'll be getting that in place to really get the word out about Parenity and all it can do for us tired parents. And the last thing on the list, incorporation. So as I mentioned in one of my previous posts, I've been using a fractional law service called goodlawyer.ca. They've got lawyers there that work on a fractional basis, basically just taking care of little legal tasks that, doesn't require a full team or firm of lawyers. And you save a bit of scratch in the process, and you know what? It's been very smooth. You converse with the lawyer they team you up with right in the app, right in the platform, and there's been a little bit of back and forth, and you know what? Our incorporation is just about done. We registered federally and here in Canada, and I just did the provincial piece of it. I actually had to hand deliver some pieces of paper into the company's office here in Manitoba. Apparently we're the only province that needs to do that. But there we go. Good old Manitoba. But that piece is done. So now we've just got to wait for our final certificate to arrive in the mail. And then Parenity is a fully existing entity. That's where we are for this week. Those are kind of the key bits that I spent my time on this week. I wish I could have done more, but I really have been spending too much time on TikTok. And I don't really feel that that's time well spent, but I also don't want to be, screaming into the wind with our content that we're producing, which does take time. So hopefully next week we'll be able to spend a little less time on that, a little more time on the actual business stuff. Thank you for listening. Everyone who made it to this point, congratulations. You're great. I appreciate you. And we'll see you next week.